Morning, everyone. Graduating class of 2021. You have won. You definitely have won. You're winning right now. Give me a little cue, please. This song is dedicated to the class of 2021. I want you to understand that in the midst of a pandemic, you have won. You don't feel like a winner? I feel like you're a winner and I'm celebrating you today. All right, thank you. That's just about all I wanted you to get. I give honor to the leadership of this noble institution, Mr. Joseph Williams. Thank you for having me as a keynote speaker for today. I deem it a privilege to stand with you all to celebrate this memorable moment. Chairman of the board, Mr. Reverend Alton Telwell, and other board members, even though he's absent, to all the teachers who committed to the task and rose to the challenge to ensure that the graduates got to another milestone successfully. Other members of ancillary staff, PTA President, Mr. Pat, other executive members, President of the Past Student Association, Ms. Donna Weatherburn, and other executive members, other distinguished guests, students and parents who are online. You have weathered another leg of the pandemic and has made it to this end. And we laud you. We want to congratulate you. And we thank you for the effort, the love and the support that made today possible. Give them a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause. Today, I think there's an overarching theme. I find that the celebration of the 60th year would say that the statement that goes, or the theme that goes with it, is the journey continues towards better living. I want to share with you a little story. I noticed that everybody, or almost everybody who came up here, made mention of the subjects and whether or not you did not too well. I'm gonna share a little story. In the year 2006, among that graduating class was a young woman who had great potential, but hardly had any sense of direction. However, she had a goal in her heart. As she moved closer towards it, the further it seemed to move away from her. She was already overcome with many horrors, trauma, and to top it off, she was only graduating with one subject. If you could for a minute imagine setting a goal, and every year you found that this goal kept moving away from you, leaving you with options that seemed to be little to none. This young lady wanted to become a teacher, and this was as a result of the impact that teachers had in her life throughout her years to that point. However, it was unfortunate that she only graduated with one subject and could not matriculate to the next phase of her plan, and it made everything seem daunting. I want somebody to say, keep it moving. She heard of promises to receive financial assistance for college. But after the news came about the single subject, there were only sound of crickets. You know what happened when the crickets, you can only hear crickets, right? Sure enough, as the crickets lived, she went ahead and applied to her trust. First for the certified course in teaching, and then she waited. Somebody said, keep it moving. She was afforded the opportunity to work in a department store, and that meant money to assist her in with her living expenses. The more she worked, it seemed as though her dream became far-fetched. After all, which teachers' college would have accepted a one subject to admit her to their teaching program? This young woman worked her way through and made her name for herself in that department store. She moved on to other experiences, but still had the dream of one day becoming a teacher. She went on until there came a halt in her path in the year 2009. And in that moment, her initial goal came back forcefully, that it began to drive her in the direction that could yield some results. At this point, feeling a little frustrated with resources, she began to move towards the desire to be and made a decision. Sometimes you have to move with the desire to be and make that decision. She used other people's resources, and this because she didn't have credit, so she had to borrow people's landline. Sometimes you have to ask for a little help, right? She went to the head office in the region and was told that, she made a visit to one of the head office in the region and was told, our programs are full at this time, and you might have to wait or choose something else. Somebody say, keep it moving. Keep it moving. She simply didn't want anything else and had become so driven that she displayed high level of persistence to the point where the person who told her it's not possible in a few minutes yielded to her persistence and offered assistance to reapply for the same teaching course at 2 different locations. In less than 2 weeks, she received a call to begin the process to be admitted to the program. And as she got home, she received another call to the other location. She got accepted and completed her course of study with her one subject and then moved on to greater things. That young woman is me. Somebody say, keep it moving. Feel free to clap, because this might be someone's story today. And I am just sharing to encourage you that you have to keep it. Graduates, it's very important that you create a vision for your life. Having a dream or a vision is the starting point to create a roadmap that outlines the path which you intend to take. If there's nothing that really strikes you or gives you a sense of passion, it's okay to assess who you are, the type of personality you have, what you're good at, where you are now, and see how this can provide you with some result for where you would possibly want to go or end up in the next 2 to 5 or 10 years' time. Here are a few tips that I want to leave with you. Be intentional about your life. Every step of the way includes some level of personal development. Build your self-esteem. Don't focus on the limitations of your current situation. If you really don't think you can do something, but someone else thinks that you can, or you are well able, and they advise you to, I implore you that it is best to believe in someone else's belief of you until you are strong enough or confident enough to have that belief in yourself. I want you to ask yourself this question and make note of it if you will. What is it that I am believing for myself? What you choose to believe will determine how persistent you become. In closing, as you are about to enter the next stage of your lives, you will be required, this next stage will require more of you and more from you. Give it your best shot. As your eyes become more open with the experiences that life will give you, I implore you to apply yourselves and adapt as much as you possibly can. In order to get more and become more, you need to have a vision and create a plan for that vision to unfold. If you get nothing else, please remember to have a goal. Life will give you detours and curveballs, but with great tenacity and a plan of action, you'll be sure to make it. Proverbs 3, verse 5 to 6, it tells us, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him and he shall direct your path. Tough moments will come, but don't let it harden you. Don't let it make you become bitter. Take these affirmations on your journey with you. I am loved. I want you to repeat after me. I am loved. I'm not convinced. I am loved. I am enough. I am capable. I am capable. I am focused to finish. Class of 2021, congratulations, and go on out there and make great things of yourselves.